Moving. Moving is important, but we need to ask ourselves where we want to go. If we walk through life and run through the planet with no clear path, the furthest we will go is where it all began. Remember that the Earth is round. Physical movement is necessary. If we combine it with moving ourselves in terms of energy, we will discover an infinite path, just like the universe itself. Joy. My foundations are born from the deepest part of Earth. I am in direct contact with all three elements. The fine raindrops that fall from the sky, Gaia transforms them into pure and crystalline water in my throat, which I have the joy of providing thirsty mouths with under the spring sun. I enjoy sharing this precious water with whoever needs it. My patience attracts water from the deepest parts of the ground, evaporating into 1,001 lives. From its immobile dynamism, says the well. The lost oasis in the middle of the city. Living in a second-floor flat without a balcony, in a quiet building in the region of Valencia, where the sun rays that fill the rooms of my home are so ephemeral that I have to time them. After 20 years in my pleasant, indirectly lighted flat, I discovered that right above my head was a calm and quiet place that used to be used to hang clothes. Now it is used for television antennas. Yes, our communal terrace. What a discovery! I no longer have to walk to the nearest park to be able to breathe and sunbathe. I now have terrace with wonderful views. The city hustle and bustle is below. The sun and breeze caress us, whilst we look up to the blue sky that is usually brushed with white tails made from passing airplanes. There are lots of people living in the city who have lost this pleasant oasis to breathe, which is just above us. Did you know? I am using it to practice Tai Chi, breathe, and meditation. Thanks to the owner's community, we promise not to use a jump rope on the rooftop. Dynamic passivity. The shape, perfume, and colors of flowers catch our attention. The bee flies around its surroundings, attracted by its beauty. Who moves who? Who is more dynamic? The passive flower or the busy flying bee? Why not fly to plant flowers, and not be a flower to see fly? Fate. Where do I come from? Where am I going? Looking at our destination as if it was the sun makes the shadow of our future be far from us. Let the sun illuminate our back, and we will see the shadow of the future.
The dawn of my vocation. All the professional and personal experiences I acquired over the years have provided me with knowledge and success. All these experiences I acquired over the last 51 years have awoken another level of knowledge, which they don't teach at universities or don't have an answer to, like what, why. When I was 23, 24 years old, I looked for answers to these questions, why and what. When I started practicing martial arts, my interest in Oriental philosophies and religions began. Finally, I felt more comfortable with Taoist philosophy, helping to try to understand the balance between things. When I was asked what I wanted to be when I was older, I say a forest watchman or a gym teacher. Finally, my curiosity to learn about the world and other cultures overcome my childhood expectation and motivate me to study tourism and international commerce so I could travel and see the world. I did it. I traveled as an executive to many places of the world, and In the end, I realized that there was nothing like home. The philosophical seed, which can be called the Taoist, is what I sowed in my inner self when I was 20 years old. Some years ago, I decided to listen to my intuition and swap my suite for a track suite, creating a company called AtelTrainer.com. The book I published at the beginning of 2013, called The AtelTrainer Method, Psychofitness Holistic, is a sprout of the aforesaid seed that I germinated for 27 years. The yield, leaves, and flowers will come in time with little effort and with the flow of the surroundings, with all of you. It is never too late to wake up. My mission in life, and most people, is to continue to grow. For me, it's through sport that I define as healthy exercise, the art of living, the art of movement. At the foot of the Western Pyrenees in France, sport were the shadow of my personality since my childhood. However, I didn't notice or pay all the attention it deserved, as I was set on looking to the future, the far horizon, as if I was looking towards the sun of the following day, forgetting about the present soft and warm feel of the sun rays in autumn. I didn't notice my sporting shadow until I reached the summit of my success. Only when I stopped to look at the present was I able to see and feel myself and start to get to know my deep inner self. So many executives could be happier doing some gardening. So many gardeners would obtain a greater calmness and enjoyment if they could smell the perfume of their marvelous flowers. Why lose time studying the roots of a flower if we really want to admire the beauty of its petals and refined fragrance? My path is to achieve my own and surrounding well-being. Is AtelTrainer. What's yours?